Okay, let us begin. Let me, there are quite a few who are new to our website, so I'll start from the beginning. Let me start from option chain. So whatever symbol you're looking at, the first thing I would suggest, enable trend columns. And one thing to look for is this yellow line that you see in the middle is the ATM strike. And around ATM strikes, one up and one down. So probably these three strikes, whatever trend is indicating on both sides, if both sides are indicating the same, then that is probably the trend bias that is going on in the market right now. So here, obviously, it is bearish. At the moment, it is showing as of Friday market close. So, and we know that it was completely bearish. So this is showing bearish, and this tends to change very quickly. So you can monitor this continuously. So this depends on OI buildup, basically this. So this is the buildup. So based on buildup on both sides, this trend is interpreted over here. So I generally keep this off, but trend I keep it on. So you can monitor this. Just the near the ATM strikes is what is more important. So you need to keep an eye on that. So once you know that the trend is bearish, then you can focus on bearish strategies. And if it is bullish on both sides, then it's obviously bullish. And if it is bearish on one side or and the other side is bullish, or maybe different on both sides, is indecision mode or a sideways mode. So you will have to be careful if you are buying options, because it may not work in that kind of an environment. So you can keep an eye on this. Person is saying 1 minute. Please increase screen size, full screen. I'm not sure what to do. Is it not clear? Can somebody confirm? That
it's clear.
Yeah,
it's clear.
Laptop. Yeah.
Clear, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, next we'll go to cumulative. This is what, if you are new, then I'll just quickly brief a few key tools, because those.
Sorry to disturb you. So
Yeah.
whatever you are showing the screen, right?
Yeah.
How we will get it? What is the navigation for this?
This is option chain, basically.
Okay.
Option chain.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry, I should have mentioned that. Yes. Okay, so this is option chain, and I'll just close off the remaining ones. 1 minute. Yeah, I'll close off these tools. So, okay, so this is, I was talking about option chain. So this is option chain. So always keep this open, whichever symbol you are looking at, whether you trade Nifty or Bank Nifty or whatever. So keep this open in one tab, and then let us go to another tab. We'll talk about cumulative OI change.
Whatever you showed on the screen, right? This will also update at every 3 minutes as per the data.
Sorry, I didn't hear you properly. Can you?
What I'm saying that whatever visible screen is there, right?
Yeah.
This image will be automatically updated every 3 minutes. How it will happen for this?
Yes. Whatever is open here will update automatically. All tools, absolutely all tools will update automatically. So you do not have to refresh anything.
Thank you.
Okay. Just a minute. Let me clear off. How do I clear those limitations? Just give me a second. How do I clear annotation? Okay. Yeah, I got it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Now I've opened a cumulative OI change. These three tools are key. This, of course, along with this. multi-strike OI, cumulative OI change, total PEC OI, and then options OI breakup. These are the key tools. So we'll take one by one. Cumulative OI change is a tool again that will give you an idea of what the current market trend is based on the options OI buildup. So here I've selected all strikes. When you select all strikes, all call OI change is this line, this red line that you see. I have changed the line colors. You can do that from here. You can go to my account and you can change the colors here. By default, it is this, but you can change it to this. If you change it to call as red and put as green, so this is what you get here. Now you can select all strikes, which will give you the overall picture of the market. So once market starts here, you will see that after some time, the divergence takes place and it will tell you which side is, on which side more OI is getting built up. So now here call side more OI is getting built up. So it is assumed that lots of call writers are active, lot more call writers are active compared to put writers, and it is considered to be bearish. So here as the market was, when it was trying to break above the previous reaction highs and all over here, so it tried to go bullish here. Overall put OI was trying to go bearish, bullish, but then call OI buildup took over again, and it was mostly bearish since morning, but again here it went bearish, and after that just market just tanked from here. So you can also alternatively, you can just, if you want to just track near ATM strikes. So whatever near ATM strikes are there, you can track that. And this is going to be fixed. So the ATM strike here, once you load this in the morning, so whatever strikes are selected here, they will not change if you are using this fixed option here. Kindly mute, only just unmute if you have any questions. So
yeah, sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Can you please go on all strikes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, in this, if you can see that the time around 128 to 150.
Yeah.
Okay. At that moment, if we at that the whole game on Friday happened in this time between only, when market was bluffing everyone.
Sure.
Like
yes.
Market was ready to go down, but it was trying to give a fake breakout, and everyone who are having a put side should exit at that moment.
Yeah.
Now here also the fake breakout thing is there. Like the put OI is going up and the call OI is coming down at near 139.
Yeah.
So at that moment, if we see the calls individually, like I was tracking 33,700, 33,900, in that trap was not there. But if we see the cumulative OI, the trap is there, that you can see if there is someone who is at the call writing. So that 117 to 21, most of them will be out. And after that, the market suddenly fall. So how we can avoid this kind of trap using data?
You could look at, as you said, you can look at individual strikes itself, because this is going to be overall. So overall is always going to be, it will just give the broad picture, and it can definitely mislead at times. But then, as you said, you could either look at near ATM strikes only, where when currently, and not this fixed one, but near ATM where this is going to be dynamic. So you can probably look at, because when you are over here and the price is, say, 1 minute, where it is around 34,000. So maybe your near ATM strike is going to be maybe 33.9 over here. Okay, let me, okay, 1 second.
Yeah, my only point, I think you are getting my point, that how we can avoid these traps.
Yeah, the only way to do that, as I said, is monitoring nearby strikes. When you are use near ATM strikes, you don't use all strikes, because all strikes can give you a very delayed picture, or because it gives you a broad picture. I mean, it is fine if you are positionally doing something, but intraday, for intraday, it may not make sense to use all strikes. Sometimes, I mean, it won't be something like this all the time.
Yeah.
You can at those times you can probably, if you want to be very precise, just use near ATM strikes with auto adjust. With auto
Okay.
adjust. So what happens is when you are over here,
Yeah.
most likely it is going to show you the picture that is going on here, and maybe you will not get this kind of thing. We can see. Let me just select those strikes. Here it is going to be, the price was around 33,950. So let me select 33,9 over here. Just a second. 33. Let me select these three, and also on the put side the same.
Yeah.
33. 8.
Put side here 34,000 as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So here, if you see, at least, I mean, even okay, even here put was will take this and will I mean check this in the other tools also, because the other tools might give you a proper picture. But even here okay, at least the divergence was there. If you enable diff and disable PCR, okay, even here it is not very clear. The divergence is there over here, because if you see, this was increasing and this was okay, divergence is not there basically. So even in this case, actually even in this case, it was not giving the correct picture. So as you said, even for near, it was not giving. Let us finish this, and we'll check in other tools also if we can get some clues on it.
Yeah.
Let us
Yeah.
do that.
By what I was able to rectify it, that I was tracking 33,900. So what was happening
Only,
at that moment? Yeah, I was using the second option. I was just taken the subscription today morning only. So I back tested. So in 33,900, the call OI was not getting decrease.
Okay, 33,900. This is what I'm
Yeah.
looking at.
Yeah.
Okay, let us check. Okay, because options OI breakup and total PEC OI might give us more clear clues. Maybe let us take a look.
Yeah.
Let us
Okay.
take a look. Let us
Yeah,
finish this.
Sure.
I just
Thank you.
Okay. Now here, okay, I was explaining this. Let me clear this off. Enable PCR. Near ATM fixed is if you just a second. Why is selected properly? Mute, please. Kindly mute everybody. Okay, yeah, this is correct. So when you load the page, if you select this fixed, be careful with this, because then these strikes will not change if you are using fixed. But at the same time, if you're using near ATM strikes with auto adjust, when you say auto adjust, these strikes will keep changing as the price moves. So when you are looking at it here, it will automatically switch to 33.8, 33.9, and 34,000, because 33.9 will be at the money at that time. So it will change dynamically. So it will give you the picture that is going on at this point, wherever you're looking at what point you're looking at. Mute, please. Kindly mute, please.
हेलो सर, हेलो
या टेल मी
सर, मेरे क्वेश्चन है सर.
हाँ बोलिए.
सर, मैं ऑप्शन में ट्रेडिंग करता हूँ
जी.
तो सर मुझे आप बताएंगे कि ऑप्शन में ट्रेडिंग करते हैं तो मुझे जो बाय करने के लिए कौन सा स्टॉक चूज करना चाहिए. ये जब फर्दर स्कैन के अंदर जाते हैं तो उसमें लॉन्ग बिल्ड के अंदर सारे आ गए. अब उसमें से मेरे लिए सबसे बेटर स्टॉक कौन सा रहेगा, जिसमें पीसीआर हाई है वो रहेगा, या जैसे कि आपने पहले बता रखा कि जिसमें 10% से ज्यादा वो ओआई चेंज हो तो उसको आप सिलेक्ट कीजिए.
ठीक है सर, ये एक काम करेंगे, जब वो टूल पे आएंगे तब उसका डिस्कशन करेंगे.
ओके.
मैं याद से वो टूल डेफिनेटली डिस्कस करूंगा.
तो मेरा मेन क्वेश्चन यही है सर कि ऑप्शन बाइंग के लिए जो मैं उसमें स्कैन किया है, फर्दर स्कैन फ्यूचर स्कैन के अंदर, तो उसमें लॉन्ग बिल्ड के अंदर मेरे 10 स्टॉक आ गए. 10 स्टॉक में से मुझे इसमें से कौन सा ऑप्शन में बाय करना चाहिए, बेस्ट स्टॉक कौन सा रहेगा, ये थोड़ा सा आप फिल्टर करके बता दीजिएगा आप.
ओके, राइट.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर.
ओके. Yes, somebody else has their hand up. Any questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I have a request.
Yeah.
So can you also explain the methods which have been told by Vijay in his F2 face-to-face video? If you can just give a glimpse of that.
I really, I think I'm going to talk to Vijay. I've already sent him a request asking him to conduct a webinar for our people here. So because I may not be able to do justice to what his ideas, so it will be better if he
Just
gives
a
the
glimpse, or
explanation.
if you can provide just a glimpse, like what he observes is the in the money strikes. He observes in the money strikes. If you can just give an example of one or two, we are not saying that you do.
Fine. We'll surely discuss. We'll discuss.
Just a try so that we can also try to initiate something
Okay.
of that sort.
Yeah, the main tool he uses is options OI breakup. So we'll be discussing that very soon now. So
Thank
I'll
you.
discuss a bit on the
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, sure.
And Mr. Srikanth, one more thing.
Yeah.
If we select expiry date like 19th May is selected,
Yeah.
for all strike, this is giving some spurious signal. And if we take month end, then the parameter is something different. So can you explain that little bit, please?
Yeah, because see, if you're trading this
Say
particular
monthly,
expiry, then obviously you will have to look at this expiry, because monthly expiry, the whole picture is going to be very different.
So if I keep monthly expiry, and then by checking these parameters, will my positions will be okay, or it may give me some errors?
It will be a problem if you're trading 19th but looking at 26 data, then obviously it will not work out, because the data is going to be completely different, because the whole buildup and all that is going to be a problem.
So this will be only for options. So if I Nifty, if it is just futures, then in the futures, if I trade the futures, then this picture will not appear, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this if you're trading futures, then yeah, probably you will not be using this particular tool at all. Okay. Or rather, you might it is up to you. You can look at the monthly expiry in this, because then your trades also are going to be longer. They may not be intraday. If they are intraday, then you will still have to use the weekly expiry only, because that will give you the most active data, current data. But if you're trading positional, if you're going to hold the position for a few days, then you would probably look at monthly expiry.
And we should prefer all strikes in that case.
Yeah, all strikes is preferable. Yes, very true. Yeah. Okay. If you see now, you're on monthly.
Yeah.
Even over here, it's not going to give you bullish signal at all.
Yeah.
It is going to be bearish only, because positionally things are only bearish. I mean, there is no even intraday buying is not going to affect, because everybody in monthly is going to be positioned on the main trend. So this is still indicating the main trend. So for position positional trading, you can use monthly.
So by seeing this graph, I can still say that by month end, Bank Nifty should be on the lower side from the current level.
At least as of now, this is what is indicating, but it can change on March, that is tomorrow. So it can change. So you need to check this every day and act according to it, because it can change quickly. I mean, it is not that because here, if you see, it came very close.
It's very dynamic. Sometimes
yes, absolutely.
Outside conditions. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we need to keep checking 2-3 times a day.
Yeah, probably. Yes. Especially if you see any fast, big moves, then you definitely go and check this immediately. I mean, the moves are not that
sharp.
Large. Yeah, sharp or large. Then you can just, at the end of the day, maybe around 3 o'clock, you can check. And if you want to do any adjustments, you can do it. Okay. Maybe morning once, afternoon once. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Thank you, dear.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Yeah, so I was telling about near ATM strikes, auto adjust. When you select auto adjust, these 3 strikes will keep on changing throughout the day. Kindly mute everyone. Mute. I'm just muting everyone. Okay. So auto adjust will change these 3 strikes dynamically. So as the price moves, it will keep changing, and wherever you are, then the picture, once this is enabled, whatever picture it tells you about is going to be the dynamic picture, or the current, wherever you are, wherever the price is, and the OI buildup around that price is what it will tell you. So this is useful, but then people sometimes get confused with this. So you should know that when you have enabled this, the strikes keep on changing and your whole picture, this scenario keeps on changing dynamically. Okay, let's take the next tool. The next tool is multi-strike OI.
I'm sorry to disturb you on one more thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you showed, right? This is the graph. Okay.
Yeah.
This we can compare to the trading chart or Nifty, either back Nifty, then how it will perform like this. We can compare that.
No, I didn't get you.
So what I'm saying that this is a graph, correct? Based on data only, this is build up, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The back end, what will happen based on the any, what is the index charts is there, right? Nifty, back Nifty charts.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
This black line that you see, this black line is actually the Bank Nifty futures line actually. So this is telling you this line is actually telling you that. So you will be cross-checking with that only, right? In the Bank Nifty chart. Is that what was that your question?
No, actually mine is different actually. So what I'm expecting from you only is features. I'm not aware of that. Okay. But only I'm looking for the one index only. So Bank Nifty index. Okay. I'm checking that only. So based on that only, I'm going to take the positions like that.
Spot index.
Yes, right. Okay. Maybe.
Spot index.
Okay, that's what that time I am checking the data whether this day from I'm coming to this place I chart, then I will go there, then based on that how it is the data, where it is, whether it is this side more people are that side less people, based on that I'm going to take the position like that only.
Yes,
that's what. So can we compare if you have time like that? So why it is happening for that? Why? Because of this is went up, this is went down, like this green line, red line, like that. Did you catch my point? No, green line matlab, what I'm saying that green line 9, so it might be it is put for you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, red line matlab is call, right? Call writers, correct?
Yeah.
So if you compare to the chart, right? Whatever I told you, right?
That is what we are comparing here, right? This line is that exactly.
Okay, in that case, okay, this is see from here now. So what is that exactly? 350 either 150, sorry, 150 either 2 o'clock. That is going to down completely, correct?
Yeah, here, right.
So here, how did we understand this? It is going right. So based on this red line.
Here, once this red line goes above green line,
okay, crossing.
Then that is bearish.
Okay.
That is bearish. But that is what we were discussing here. Over here, once this went above here, the price was going up, and this actually gave a bullish indication from here to here. Again, from here it was bearish.
Okay.
So once this whichever line is on the top, that is the dominant trend. Basically, here call writers have taken over here, and from here it is bearish now. Here price has dropped below VWAP, and call writers have gone above put writers. So from here it is bearish. Yeah, I should have made that clear. I probably didn't make it clear. So whichever line is on the top, that is the dominant trend basically. That is what this indicates.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so let us go to multi-strike OI. Now this cumulative OI was giving you a combined picture. What we saw here was a combined. So whatever strikes are selected, when I say all strikes here, then combined OI change of all calls is this line, red line, and combined OI change of all puts is this line. Now, if you want to see separately, let me disable this. When you want to see separately, you can open multi-strike OI chart. Multi-strike OI, whatever strikes are selected, if you can probably select whatever selected. If you select this, and you can select whatever strikes you want to select, only these two. If you select only these two, then only those two. Now, this is not combined OI change or anything. This is only single strike OI change. Similarly, you can select many more. I mean, you can select multiple and view multiple lines, or you can select near ATM strikes, whichever are close to ATM strike, or you can select trending strikes. Now, trending strikes will give you whatever. This will give you a dynamic picture. So whatever are the current leading OI changes. I have selected OI change here. You can even look at OI if you want. So OI change is what generally people like to look at because that gives you a more dynamic picture. So OI change is selected here, and we have selected build up here and trending. So the top 5 trending strikes OI change will automatically get selected here, and those they'll be plotted over here. You can use different multiple line colors, but I like to use same line colors. So here I'll quickly know that if there are more red lines, so it is bearish, and more red lines because these reds are call in my case. By default in the site, actually it will be green, so you can change this. So if you have selected green for calls, then it will be all green over here and one red will be there. So make note of that. So now at the moment, most 4 lines are call in the trending strikes. 4 call lines are there. Only one put line is there. So this gives you a quick indication that things are mostly bearish. So this is more useful in that sense. You also have, you can enable the IV also here. So if you want to select, maybe check price versus OI. So you can probably, price versus IV. So index price versus IV, you can take a look at this. So it's sometimes useful to look at because whenever there is a IV spike, when IV shoots up, so it is generally a good time to initiate option selling positions or ratios or whatever. So to time that, you could look at IV spikes. You can come here and look at IV spikes. Saurabh has raised a hand. Saurabh, any question? Yeah.
I have one question, that this buildup is regarding the OI buildup only, na? It is
OI
not
buildup.
regarding with long, short. It is just a OI is increasing.
This is just OI. That's it. Plain OI.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, can you tell where can I check the put call ratio?
Yeah, if you just want the number, the overall PCR, then OI PCR line is there here. This blue line is overall PCR of the script. This is for Nifty over here. This gives you the overall PCR. Now, if you want individual PCRs, then you can strike PCR. You can go to price versus OI for a particular strike. If you just want the numbers, you can even go to option chain. Option chain also will give you that. Option chain will give you, you can enable PCR here. So it will give you this PCR OI is what is the are the PCRs of this particular strike. Or if you want just the numbers for the index, you can either, obviously, you can take a look at this blue line here because this blue line will give you the PCR value. Or you can just the numbers, you can go to futures OI scan also and check. There you will get numbers. Both you get for the selected strikes in OI scan. I'll quickly show you. Now this is the combined PCR for combined OI. So if you can only for this selected strikes, if you want, you can select this. So these PCRs are just the PCRs for this script for this selected expiry. If you use combined OIs, enable this OI, then you will get combined PCR. So combined in the sense all 3 months open interest is added up, and that is used to compute the PCR. So you can check here also. So this is for checking the actual numbers, or you can for strike level PCR, you can check in option chain. You can also check strike level PCR if you want to see the trend. So you can go here in price versus OI, options price versus OI, and enable PCR here. So this blue line here is again the PCR of this particular strike. You can check here also. So multiple places are there where you can check that. So here, this is the overall PCR. And this gives you, this is truncated to 2 decimals to let you identify places of flat areas in PCR. I'll just talk about that shortly. This will give you areas of wherever consolidation is there. You can identify using the flat areas in this PCR. So that's the reason why the PCR is truncated here to 2 decimals. So this will give you a quick look, quickly you can identify price congestions. So it's for that. And it's also to check in which direction the PCR is going. So this particular way of plotting it gives you a good indication of that. Okay.
I have one question. Can we have some moving average attached to this PCR? Say 5 period or something.
It is not there. We don't have it in any of the tools in our case.
If it is moving average, it becomes quite good.
It does not make sense here because this is already smooth, because we are not giving you the full value here. So moving average here may not be a good idea. We'll take a look if we can try and do that in probably in futures charts. So we'll be adding.
Then it gives that okay, from this period to this period until that crossover takes place.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
It becomes a little better edge.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, fine. Over here we will not be able to add it because this is already complicated. So we may not be.
सर ये IV जो है combined दिखा रहा है क्या सारे strikes का?
Combined है सारे strikes का. Basically at the average ये near ATM strikes का ही होता है ये. हम लोग far strikes का नहीं लेते हैं इसमें. So मगर combined for combined price के लिए इसके लिए script के लिए combined IV है ये. Correct. So average put और call का near ATM strikes का IV होता है.
Okay.
Okay. So so this tool gives you basically that. So it tells you quickly you can take a look which strikes are trending right now and how the OI change, where the top OI change is happening, and it will quickly give you which colored lines are there. If you that it will quickly tell you if the overall trend bias is bullish or bearish. If you see lots of reds here and your calls are indicating reds in your preferences, then it is bearish. If you see lots of green lines, then it is bullish. It will quickly tell you that.
So from where we can change this color, red or green?
Profile my account. If you go to profile my account, this is where call and put colors. I think by default in your case it will be this, so you can change it to call red, put green. Yeah, so you can change it. There is no need to save. Just click here and close off this page. That's it, and reload this page. It'll refresh and give you these colors. Okay, about PCR. Let me show it here. Okay, I have this open. I'll show it here. PCR. Now this PCR will quickly tell you in which direction the price is going. As long as the PCR is going up, that means either lots of put writers are there, I mean put writers are increasing, or call writers are unwinding their positions. So in both cases it is bullish, so the PCR will keep going up. And in these flat areas that you see is where PCR is not changing much. What we have done is on purpose. If you see in the image here in the tooltip, PCR is truncated to 2 decimals. So what this does is it will not give you two accurate views, accurate view of the value of the PCR, but the idea is here to show you wherever the PCR is going flat. So over here there is almost a balance of call writers and put writers. So that is why if you see the price also is sideways. So these flat areas are important. You need to identify flat areas. So whenever flat areas are there, around that the price congestion is there. So from there price can go down or price can continue up. Most likely if the price is going up, then it will just keep going up. Then at one point, again you will see flat areas like this. These are flat areas. Let me get 1 minute. Over here, these are flat areas. Then again, just a minute.
And sir,
Yeah.
one, I mean, my doubt, like PCR, when it started morning 9:15, it was whatever this value it is showing. the Nifty was, Bank Nifty was, and PCR kept increasing to the top. There was no much change in the Bank Nifty. But then suddenly this PCR started coming down, and
Yeah.
there's a big decline in the Bank Nifty.
Yeah.
So how to explain that?
Explain in the sense, see, once PCR, when
Why
PCR,
it did not change until say 1330 or 50?
1350, yeah, because that, see, OI buildup to change takes some time. I mean, it will not be very fast. If you want it more fast, I mean, this is for all strikes anyway. So all strikes, the whole balance of call writers and put writers to change is going to take some time. So basically the price has, I mean, broken down from here, and the PCR also, PCR broke down from here, price also broke down from here, basically. So overall here, the whole change has happened. So of course it was, yeah.
So that means the bulls were holding it, but then they gave up.
Yeah, holding in the sense, basically this, whenever this flat area occurs or sideways area occurs, it means that the balance is there. I mean, call writers, put writers, they are in balance. So as long as they are in balance, then whatever prior trend was there, it just holds there. When it has gone sideways over here. So PCR also over here, it still buying was going on, or rather whatever, call writing was not heavy. But here then it started, then heavy call writing started, and put writers, once price breaks support, then put writers will quickly unwind. It is too risky for them, and then it started off.
Short covering.
Yeah, then the cascade starts off. That is what is it. So identifying these PCR flat areas is important always. I mean, here it is not very clear, but then look at the pattern itself and see from where it breaks down, so that will give you some idea. And one very important thing to note is whatever strikes you select here, near ATM, selected strikes and all that, this PCR here is always going to show you overall PCR for all strikes only. So this is not strike based PCR. So even if you select near ATM, this PCR is overall PCR for the script. So if you want selected strikes PCR, we'll go to the next tool. There it will be available. So but here it is overall PCR. Very important to note that. Okay, can you please mute? I'm muting everybody. Okay, so I hope everything is clear over here. Let me go to the next tool. Can you please mute? Yeah, any question?
सर ये मैं पूछ
आपका आवाज ठीक से नहीं आ रहा है।
हेलो
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 यस
सर, मैं कह रहा था ये पीसीआर का जो चेंजिंग होता है
सर, आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है।
बढ़ जाता है तो
आपका आवाज ब्रेक होके आ रहा है सर।
Hello.
Yeah.
Ashikant, can I ask something?
Yes. Tell me.
Hello.
Yeah.
I just have one question. You see, there was a clear resistance at 34,000 C, right? So I just placed 34,500. I selected the call and 34,000 put. Here I'm getting a signal at 142 that the price is going down and the OI has gone above the PCR. Sorry, the call has gone over PCR at around 137. So although it is very obvious most of the times that people are shorting out of the money call option, but does it also give us some kind of a credible alert in time? Because the market crashed down at around 2 p.m. But over here, what we are seeing, if I place 34,500 calls, the call writing has suddenly increased at around 137 p.m. So can I rely upon this out of the money call option indication as well?
Here you have selected which strikes?
34,500 CE and 34,000 PE.
34,000 PE. 30. This was 33.5 or
no, sir. 34,500 call option and 34,000 put option.
Okay. Okay. So here, what is that? Okay, you wanted to check this.
Yeah, this is giving a little early the signal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this, I think this is what this is probably the concept behind what Mr. Vijay was
absolutely
talking.
Yes.
So in the money,
yeah.
Checking in the money stuff.
Right.
Yeah, probably this. But here in this case, okay, puts are in the money, but calls are actually out of the money.
Right. But even the in the money puts are giving us a signal at around 132 that we are going down.
Yeah, that is, I think this is, these are in the money puts, and in the money puts will be at risk once the price starts falling. So they give earlier signal. Yeah, this is the whole concept behind what Vijay says. So
right.
this is, as long as you have to do something like this. I mean, you need to select strikes, and then whatever strikes you're monitoring based on your strikes, then you might get earlier signal. That is true. That is true.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your immense help, actually.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Let me see what this is doing. Both in the money are not giving. Okay. Yeah. Even both this, they are not giving. Okay. Fine. So this was about multi-strike OI. So we'll go to a very important tool, total PE OI. Sorry. Total PE. Okay, here we'll take, can you mute please, whoever it is? Can you please mute? Please mute. It is disturbing you. Any questions anybody has? Otherwise, mute. I've muted them. Okay, total PECOI. This is okay. In this now, this is an important tool. So just I'll move this here. Now here in this. Basically, we are giving whatever time slot you select, time interval that you select. For that, starting that time interval, you will see futures price, futures change, VWAP, PCR. Now this PCR here, this is important. This PCR is going to be for the selected strikes. Now in this case, this is all strikes. So this will be all strikes PCR. Now if I select near ATM strikes, you will see PCR is completely different, because this PCR that we are showing is for the selected strikes. So if you want selected strike PCR, then you can use this particular tool. And here, if I collapse, I'll collapse this data table. So here, this PCR that you see here, this is again selected strikes PCR. So this could be useful. So if you want this monitor this PCR, this is, you can take a look at this selected strikes PCR. This is different from the other tools. In other tools, this is overall PCR. If you select all strikes, then this PCR will be same as that PCR. But many people had asked for selected strikes PCR. So this is the tool to use for that. I'll go back to the data table here. So here the key columns are this last three columns. These last three columns tell you the difference of OI change minus CEOI change, this column. Then the slot wise difference between this and this will be shown over here in this column. So this column OI change trend is nothing but the difference of this and this. If you see, the difference of this and this is this. So 3,219 OI lots OI got added here, and this value is what it is. So this is shown here. So the running difference difference of each slot is this, and the running total of this is this. See, this is same here, then this plus this is this. Then this plus this is, this plus this is this. It's that way.
So that
This
means from every 3 minutes, what is the difference between PE and call writers? Open interest is changing.
Yeah, yeah. This is net. Yeah, net.
Yes.
Yeah, put OI, put writers minus call writers, basically that kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So now, okay, we'll take Bank Nifty here. Let me go slightly higher. There's one thing I want to.
Sir, there is
Yeah.
one doubt in this. Yeah. Around 230, the call writer is very high. So why it is not negative? Can you please open that near ATM strike again? The
Yeah,
last,
near-
third last
near
column
ATM.
should be, third last column should be negative after 230.
No, because this will have a delayed effect because it is a running total of this. It is running total. So all these big numbers, they'll be total in this. I mean, this total. So this last column to go negative, you need a lot more negatives here.
I'm talking about the third last column. Different minus put
Oh, this
minus
view.
call. Yeah, this should be negative by 230 at any cost. Why we can see the OI chart as well.
No, but where?
Yeah.
No, it is not. No, it got negative very late. Not even over here. Because see, it is for these strikes only.
Okay. Strike price difference
Strike
is
price.
there.
So
Yeah, can you?
Ideally check all strikes because this will see here,
got it.
will be clear.
Yeah, it is negative. Yeah, that is what I was talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now here, if you see all strikes also by 1350, this went negative. By 1350, this went negative. So here you have a earlier indication over here a little bit. Now, when compared to what we were looking at earlier, so the cumulative OI change, let us.
So what do we understand here? So earlier indicated means so that is going to bearish side.
Yeah. 1 minute. I'll show you. Over here, it was going negative. It in cumulative OI change, all strikes, it went negative around 14.5.
Yeah, at
Over
that time
here,
only market fall.
Yeah. Over here, this OI change trend actually went negative over here. And here also actually it took some time. If we see 3-minute level, 3-minute level, this went negative also at almost at the same time, actually, probably a couple of minutes earlier. That's it. But one thing over here, this will give you a little bit of warning over here earlier. Of course, you cannot take any decision, but you can probably tighten your stops, etc., or you can get a little bit more cautious because this will give you some indication of weakening trend a little bit earlier over here. So,
sir, in this updation is at runtime or we need to refresh it again and again?
No need to refresh any tools on the website. This will always, you keep an
Update.
eye, automatically refresh. You keep an eye on this. It will tell you when was the last update. So this, you will see that it will keep updating. Every minute this will update, prices will update every minute. OI, all these OI columns will update every 3 minutes. So, and automatically you don't need to do anything.
That means when this trend changed, we can take a call that, okay, I mean, we can take a chance that we buy some 200 points out of the money put. It might work.
I mean, that is up to you now. But I mean, everything depends on how strong the subsequent move is. If you buy, suppose you have bought a put here, then I mean, of course, it would have worked out on this day, but it may not work on every day. So because the subsequent move after this has to be strong enough. Then if it is not strong enough, if you don't get follow through, then you might also have to exit it as quickly.
So then how we can figure out trend is increasing? I mean, it is strengthening or weakening. It is giving the difference is increasing fantastically.
Yeah, because in this, once you see big sizes here. And when I say big sizes, for every day it is going to be different. You compare it with the previous positive numbers here. So previous few positive numbers, you see, they were all quite small. Even the positive numbers at the only morning, you can leave it. Morning, they'll be always be large. But once the morning first hour is over, then you look at it, negative versus positive. So these positives, once you see that some sizable numbers are coming, even this was big numbers. This were definitely very big. So once you see this, then the strength is there. And once this also changes, then the whole picture has changed, because this cumulative itself has changed. But this will be slightly delayed. So you have to make note of that. This will give you clear indications before itself.
So this change in this thing plus some technical analysis,
Yeah,
that can work.
For buying, what you can do is, what I do, I always keep an eye on at the money straddle.
Okay.
So here I was on Friday, actually I was in see, this red line was where I had initiated a short straddle. And what I do is I watch very keenly when the straddle breaks above this Keltner. And I'm only on 1 minute. So these points are very important for me. I actually hedged over here. And what I do is once this hits, then I don't wait for a long time. I just put a mental stop, not a stop actually, because I'm not, I'm in a straddle, but
to
mental
adjust
stop
it.
to hedge. I don't adjust also, adjust in the sense I hedge the whichever side it is going. Over here, not once it closes above this, 1% above this point, it has to go. Only then I hedge the affected side.
Okay.
So basically here I hedged, I just bought a put 2 strikes below my 33,900. That's it. I hedged, and I somewhere exited near the end of the day profitably in the straddle. I was in a short straddle for the whole day actually. So I had initiated it over here. I was in slightly negative here, but this didn't hit. It just went above this. I was ready to hedge, but then it came down. So I forgot here also 1%. It did not go up. 1% above this. Okay. So whatever price is here, 999,000 was the price here. 1%. Generally, if it goes 1%, it is trying to go. And even if I take a hedge, as soon as it goes below this, I'm out of that hedge. So I discussed this in last webinar also. This is something I follow this. So because see, if you are an options buyer, you need to move something like this, huge. Your straddle has to move huge. Only then it means that the volatility has shot up and your option buying is going to be successful. So only in this case, if you see, keep monitoring at the money or close to the money, or any straddle, just keep monitoring from morning onwards or whenever you are trading. So only if it shoots up, then you really have a good trade. Otherwise, then see, if you buy a option over here, then what is the point? I mean, very soon this is going to go down and your option buying is going to be not going to work out.
So in this graph also, it is telling around 14, 15 or so.
It is
a big change is coming.
Same around 1410, 1412. It is fine. 5 minutes here, there, doesn't matter.
While removing the hedge, you are waiting for 1% or just remove instantly?
What I do is once I take a hedge, I just go to option chart 33,900 put was there. So 33,900 put. I am out over here.
No, in this case, it went with the trend, but if the straddle price goes down, you'll have to remove the hedge.
So one is if the short option that I'm tracking, that gives this signal, or whichever is early, whether this gives a signal below, but this I generally wait below this. So most of the time I just rely on this. But either case, I mean, you see, in this case, if I had gone, I had hedged my call or put, whatever, then I would have exited over here or based on option chart, whichever gives me the first signal, because whichever doesn't matter.
The super trend signal. Huh?
Yeah, super trend signal on a 1 minute, very fast signal. I just take a fast signal. And
So
just
this selected price comes up automatically when we click strategies and straddle, or you have to decide yourself?
Oh no, you have to select this. We'll be making it a little bit easier once we have TradingView charts. We'll trying to see how to make this a lot more easier. But we can do this from option chain when you click LTP and all that. Now this will jump directly to this option chart, whichever you click here from option chain, but not from anywhere else. If you open option chart, then you have to select here. Generally, it will select the latest expiry and near ATM or at the money strike price, but you still have to change sometimes. It depends on what you're monitoring. It depends on that. But if you have option chain open, then you can quickly jump. You just control click on this LTP, it will open in another tab, the option chart, whatever you have clicked this way. So you can do that.
Quite big moves come sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep monitoring the straddle, because if any meaningful move is there, especially this is very important for options buying, because then you need to be in kind of an explosive move. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense to buy options, because otherwise, see, if you are entering somewhere in this kind of a sideways move,
then gone.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I mean, even if you lose from here to here, it is quite big. So no point getting into that kind of a move. Okay.
For exiting the hedge, you look at the chart of the hedge, option chart of the hedge you have taken, or the straddle option?
I generally look at the short strike that I am trading. I don't look at the hedge actually. It's just as a preference. Nothing like that. You can take a look at the hedge also, but I just try to keep it simple and not open too many charts. So because these charts I always keep open, call and put whatever short straddle I have open. So my option charts are open, straddle and the individual option chart. So I just use this. Simple.
So when this chart will give the signal, you'll exit the hedge, right?
Yeah, immediately. Yeah, once this super trend gives this signal, this candle closes here and this gives me the signal, I'm out of the hedge. I'm in short straddle, but out of the hedge. Yeah.
Okay. And the hedge would be like 200 points OTM, right?
Yeah, about 200. Yeah, I keep
for
200.
Bank Nifty.
Yes. Yeah, Bank Nifty I keep 200. For Nifty 100.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now, sir, out of all these things that we are showing, like, so the best thing which I've liked about is that the total P minus C difference, sir.
This is definitely
because ever since I have started trading through iCharts. So in the morning I used to keep looking at the total P minus C OI difference, and it gives me a complete picture that where the trend is going. Now, and sir, if we see on Friday as well that at 157, after that the both in Bank Nifty and in Nifty, the total difference is on the red side and the market start to fall about.
Correct.
Now, my point is that, sir, like whenever there is a trend change, let's say that we are sitting with a difference of or let's say we are on the 15 lakh the puts, or the difference is let's say 15 lakh, and all of a sudden it gets changed to 14 lakh. So sometimes in between that market it takes a small jerk and then it again shoots up or shoots down. So how much percentage of this P minus C should be considered, so that we can easily track now? Okay, now that's the market is going in the like on the short side or on the long side for a trend change, sir?
That is a very difficult question to answer, because see, these numbers are going to be different on each day. So you'll probably have to monitor it for a while. What we are doing is, there is one change that a very good trader I know has suggested, that I'll discuss right now over here, and then I'll give you that. So that we'll be adding few more things over here to make the analysis a lot more simpler. What he had told me is that whenever you see negative here, that is unwinding is happening.
Yes.
So, and if the unwinding is on the put side, then that means there is a fear on put side. So the market may be going down. So one thing to check here, now here if you see, in this case here, the put unwinding has not happened.
Okay.
Whereas here it is negative. So here the market is still not bearish yet.
Okay.
So the unwinding has happened here. Over here 411, 411, 46, 46. Here some unwinding has happened a little bit, but here again nothing. But here unwinding, this not much difference here. Again, big unwinding here, big unwinding here, big jumps are there over here. Big jumps. So to make this analysis clear, he says we need to show individual percentage changes in OI on both sides, call and put separately.
Exactly.
That is one. And also have a chart over here only of these differences. I think he has posted that information. I think a chart in both he has multiple times he has posted in both the groups, Telegram groups. I think his name is Sujan, if I remember correctly. So if you see, and he has posted the chart of the percent changes, basically changes. But we'll probably show percentage also and the actual values also, and we'll also have a chart somewhere here. Maybe these two will make this chart as half of the page and the other chart as half of the page. So the analysis here becomes very easy.
Yes.
So because at the moment we don't know where actually the unwinding is happening. If you see, just focus on this these values, then the actual panic is going to come only when the put side unwinding is going to happen, and that is not happening over here, definitely. And not even over here. It has started over here in a big way. So this is what will be clearly indicated when we have that numbers also, percentage numbers also here, and the chart also. So we'll be doing that very quickly. We have taken that as a priority and we'll be adding it.
And sir,
this number in lots or number of lakhs shares?
This is lots here because this is selected. So you can change the whatever you prefer.
Okay.
You can whatever you prefer. This is currently in lots here. We are looking at lots.
And sir, one more point is that, like sir, in the cumulative OI point, so you have keep on mentioning about the put call ratio. Now, sir, as of now, if we see that the end of the day, this particular chart, so we can easily have a trend like where the PCR is going and where the things are going.
Yeah.
But sir, in the live market, it's being very tough to see that where the PCR is going up, whether it's going up or down, because if you open the option OI breakup, sometimes in that also we will it's a bluff that where they just will going to take the market. So at the end here the call and the put give us some indication, okay, the gap is is being decreasing or it's been rising. But if you see that the PCR is constant, then it again rises, then it's again constant, then again comes down. This is something I am not able to still being on the track how to do it. And sir, one more point is that like in Bank Nifty, sir, HDFC Bank, ICICI, Kotak, SBI, sir, these 4 or 5 are the major banks that takes Bank Nifty upside or on the downside. So can we develop some kind of a a tool or a table that in that if the complete strikes of these 4 to 5 banks, we can have it on one small window, and based upon that we can track the Bank Nifty as well.
Okay, that I'm not sure how to do that. Let me think about it. Let me think about it on those lines. I will see what we can do. Definitely. Okay. Okay, let us come back here. So this particular analysis, I hope it is clear. This again we'll discuss, because once we add those numbers, so we'll be more clearly able to identify where unwinding is happening.
Sir, sir, I have one more suggestion, that while implementing these things, that the changes of percentage, can you implement the alert feature as well?
Alerts is a big thing. We need to add a lot more functionality on the back end. So
I completely agree. But if you can use any third-party tool, just if we pass the value and if value crosses that value, then we get a trigger or alert. I'm not asking about the alert on the website. Just a SMS alert will also work. Like most of the traders are working only. So if we see chart, multiple screens are not possible. So like if we see that the OI trend is whenever negative or suppose a value like greater than minus 10,000, we should get the alert. Something like that.
Yeah,
I'm not asking. I'm
no,
not asking.
I know.
regarding-
I mean, many have asked for alerts, and a
Yeah,
lot of preparation is required, and
definitely.
backend
Yeah,
infrastructure is
definitely.
required.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
There are multiple ways that a notification and all. I am asking for the easiest way. That if you can
yeah,
shoot an email or a, well, just we get a small notification in the starting. In the later phase, you can make it a full flash. But in starting, if you implement something like a small trigger.
okay, sure. I'll think about it. Yes, definitely.
And Srikanth, if possible, let's say all bank prices together, if we can see, then also we can get idea of bank Nifty.
Yeah. That I think watch list feature many have asked, and I think
All
it'll be
bank
easier in that
price
kind of.
chart together only, but only line chart.
Okay, that I think we can do that right now in the beta futures chart.
So can you show it?
Yeah, if you load futures chart, I think this expiry I had not set it up, but let me previous.
No, I am saying all bank together, not in a different window. Just like you are making the line chart of PCR, VWAP and OI all together. Na?
In a single chart, you mean?
In the single chart, all bank, main bank. So we can get bank Nifty idea immediately. It is going up or down.
I think you should be able to do it in this. Let me see, because see, you can add any number of symbols for comparison here. So I think it should be possible in this chart.
But that is in that's okay. I'm saying in one window, not 8 window or 10 window.
No, one window only. Okay, let me 1 minute. Let me just try.
If you can show, then it is fine.
Yeah, where this option is available? Can you please show it again from
beta futures chart beta.
Okay.
See this, get familiar with this, because this is going to be the final chart now. We'll be removing these charts, futures charts, in the near future. Options chart also will be added to this very soon in this coming week.
Okay.
Okay. So suppose I change this to a line, and then I want to add HDFC Bank. So I added HDFC Bank.
Very good.
ICICI Bank.
It is possible, right?
Yeah, possible. ICICI.
Because after all, this bank only taking up or down, no?
Yeah. This way you can add. This way.
And we can change the color.
Yeah. Colors you can go and change the color whatever you want here over here.
Okay, fine. Then it is okay.
And just save it as a layout over here.
So it is
so you can load it anytime.
Okay, very good.
So you can do this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sir, right now in the chart, sir, we can see VWAP, but sir, is there any possibility of adding AVWAP, sir, in the near future, sir?
It is there in this. No? AVWAP is there in this.
So where, sir? I'm not able to.
Here. It's customized by us, anchored VWAP, iCharts.
Okay, sir. If we want to put this on some strike price as well, then also we can see that, sir.
Where options charts will be available
Yes,
very soon. So this week you will make it available.
Okay, and sir, one more point is that, like, sir, while plotting the VWAP, we can simply plot on a 5-minute chart. So if you want to select the AVWAP on some particular strike, then also the time frame for the AVWAP and VWAP should be same, or it can be vary.
VWAP is irrespective. The value is going to be the same irrespective of the time frame. So it doesn't matter. You can plot it on any time frame.
Okay.
So it will be the same. VWAP value doesn't change with time frame.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as sir, Mr. Vijay, he has mentioned that we need to plot AVWAP on the monthly and on the daily or on the weekly. So if we are talking about, say, for some particular strike price for some particular C or P and on a weekly expiry, then in that case, how we can plot AVWAP on this, sir?
Well, we'll do that once. See, at the moment strikes are not there here, so options chart is not there, so I cannot show. So, but once they are there, we can discuss. But here, if you want, like whatever last expiry on futures chart, you can see if you want to plot. So when was the last 12th. So 12th, you can plot it from here, or before that, when was it? 5th. So you can plot it from this point, or the 6th, this point, AVWAP. You can do that
So,
here.
sir, if we want to plot it, sir, because in some other, site trading, sir, views are just we have to click on the candle and we can easily plot.
Yeah,
So
that is not there over here because see what TradingView on their website gives anchored VWAP here on this menu, but they are not even providing the indicator. We have added this indicator actually over here. So the only way to do that is this way, add it here and actually enter the date and time here.
Okay, and sir, time mostly it so we have to put any specific time like 3:30 or in the morning time will be
9:15 start the
9:15
day after expiry. Expiry was on 5th, so 6th morning 9:15. You add this is the anchored VWAP for from 6th onwards.
And sir, one more point is that, like sir, if if any call or any put is being being above a particular VWAP, sir, in that case we also need to see the RSI as well, sir. That also plays any role in that.
That strategy I'm not familiar with, so I cannot tell you because RSI is used for many things. But anchored VWAP, I think the way Mr. Vijay was explaining is that you plot from one from I don't know, monthly expiry beginning and other from weekly expiry beginning, the day after weekly expiry beginning. So and then based on those two, you determine the trend. So I don't know RSI if he has discussed or not. I'm not familiar with it, so I have no idea actually about that strategy. We'll discuss. Well, I'll try and I've been requesting Mr. Vijay to take a webinar. I'll see. I'll discuss with him further and see if he agrees. Then you can ask him at that point.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And then, sir, when you have time, 5 minutes, there are two things I see. Futures, you have open high and then open low.
Yeah.
And same thing in the options also.
Yeah.
So how to how to use it very profitable?
Sure, we'll discuss that once.
Once your lesson is exactly. Thank you.
So any question about total PECOI? Or
अरे श्रीकांत एक बार वो मल्टीपल बैंक वाला एक बार फिर से बता दो ना कहाँ से ऐड करना है।
हाँ, ये जो बेटा है, बेटा मेनू, उस पे जाके फ्यूचर्स चार्ट बेटा, इस पे क्लिक कीजिए।
ओके,
इस पे क्लिक कीजिए, यहाँ पे आ जाएगा ये।
हाँ।
और फिर यहाँ पे कंपेयर है जो है ना, यहाँ पे पहले बैंक निफ्टी डालना है या कोई भी एक सिंबल डाल लीजिए।
हाँ।
और इसको अगर आपको लाइन चार्ट में देखना हो तो यहाँ से लाइन कर दीजिए।
हाँ।
और फिर यहाँ से
कंपेयर।
हाँ, फिर कंपेयर में ऐड करते जाइए सिंबल।
ओके, थैंक यू।
राइट, और बाद में यहाँ से सेव कर लीजिए, यहाँ से सेव कर लीजिए।
ओके, डन।
Right. Okay. Any doubts about total PECOI? Or we'll discuss in depth next week probably once we add these percentages and the other chart, or maybe this week or maybe next week. So until that time, this is what you need to look at visually. Just as I was saying, the real panic sets in when you see unwinding, when this goes negative and you see unwinding on put side. If you just see negative like this and there is no unwinding happening here, ulta yahan pe to actually build up hua hai. So then this is not significant. What you need to see is you need to see negative here and then unwinding here, and only then there is panic happening over here, and then the prices can go down. And exactly opposite is true on the call side. Agar market upar ja raha hai, market is going up, then you need, if you are seeing negative, then you need to see negative on the call side. Only then the call unwinding is happening. Then that means panic is happening on the call side, and only then maybe the real strong up move can come. Of course, this is more visible probably on the downside because panics happen a lot more on the downside. On the call side, you can just keep an eye on this. I'm not sure.
So like last Friday when at the last bank Nifty just took a dip when the SBI results were out. Initially the SBI went up and it brought bank Nifty also up with it. after a few moments when the results were priced in and the results were not up to the expectations, SBI took a dip and along with it, Bank Nifty also took a dip. Can you explain that with the total PECI? Like where does that indicator indicated that it is going to drop?
On what date was it?
So last Friday.
Last Friday was 6th, right?
Day before yesterday. Day before yesterday.
Oh, just day before yesterday. That is.
Yeah, yeah. When SBI results were out. Yeah, this was the candle.
13th. Okay, this was it.
Yeah, 13th.
Oh, that is what we were looking at right now. This was this not? Yeah, this is 13th, right?
Yeah, I'm asking basically from which time or from which figure we can understand that it is going to drop.
As I said, it is okay. Let me see here. Unwinding did not happen.
After
unwinding started. Yeah, to 14.3 onwards. 14.3, the first unwinding happened, and probably 14.6. It was a lot more clear. At 14.6, so because this unwinding was not that much. I think this was significant.
Yeah,
this was significant. This number also was significant. So this is where the actual over here. What happened is over here on 14.3. You see, call side writing happened because this was quite significant. Most of this was call writing actually. But so here call writing also happened and put unwinding also happened here.
Okay.
So this was probably the key. 14.6 was probably the key.
Yeah.
This.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Plus future price also indicates drop during that during this time.
Yeah, futures. Futures.
Quite significant.
Yes, futures started getting shaky over here itself because this was hovering near the VWAP. This went below VWAP, then came above VWAP. So here itself, it was very weak. So, and this was definitely now below VWAP, and then also this also confirmed. So by 14.6, it was clear, very clear. You just
can
need to.
This be also be deduced from the option cumulative OI change chart or that tool?
Yes, yes, yes. This was also there. Yes, very true.
Can you show, sir, with the?
This was this as we said. It was, we checked this, it was 14.5, 14.6 when it was actually clear. Yeah, it was clear around the same time actually. Around the same time. Yeah.
By that time, PCR has also dropped quite a lot and it took almost half an hour. It gave an indication for almost 20 minutes.
Yes, exactly. It started going down because here itself, if you see, as I was showing here, the flat areas, if you are monitoring that flat area got broke down over here itself. Almost the same, I would say, not, maybe not that much. I think, yeah, it's fair to say it was almost the same time actually. They dropped below this consolidation around 14.5, 14.6 itself. So it was around the same time.
So I generally use the cumulative OI change of the beta option. So which one will you suggest, a beta option or the normal option?
Beta ka kya hai? It's only the axis is dynamically adjusted. That is the only difference. So yeah, that is fine. You can use that because that is going to be, we are going to make this live anyway. So anyway, you can use this definitely. That is the only difference.
Beta has a space on the right side. So
yes,
kind of a more.
Yes, correct. Very true. You can, yeah, that is what is going to be, we are going to make that live anyway. So you can use that. It is fine. Rest, everything else is same in that. Okay, we'll go to options OI breakup, which is another very key, very important tool here. This also will aid in analysis. Let us go to the same point over here when market was topping around 34,000. So what Vijay says is look at in the money options. So call strike, let us look at a little bit in the money. I don't know. I'm just trying this out. So he'll probably be able to.
So he generally takes 500 or 1,000 points.
Okay. So I'll go for 33.5 and this I'll go for 34.5. So both will be significantly in the money.
33,500 was, I think it was at the money at that time because it.
Because we are talking about this point. So here market was around 33.9, so near 34.
Okay.
So both 33.5 and 34 are 34.5 are in the money.
Yeah. Okay.
So these both are in the money here. So here let us go around the same time over here. What I want to see is OI changes happening. Unwinding. Okay.
You can start from around
Unwinding this. Now see here, one thing you'll have to do is you'll have to monitor this for a while, because we don't know what numbers here are significant. If you monitor this for a while, and what the thing that you need to look at is whether which side unwinding is really happening, and it has to be one-sided, because so here what happened is over here some put side unwinding happened, but here writing happened only over here but not here. Again, unwinding had happened here, so maybe this does not give any indication. Here writing really started to take off, so this was a little bit late. 14.6 onwards, 14.9, 14.12, it became really clear, because huge unwinding started. Short buildup started here. Call writing, sorry, not unwinding. Call buildup on the call side started. Unwinding showed up only over here. So, well, this was not a very clear indication. Let me go back to the at the money. At the money, this is what we would generally.
At that day, sir, 34,000 was the make or break level. So if we can analyze the C and the P of 34,000.
And it was make and break level. It was also at the money level. And this is what really gave a very good indication over here. Not a lot of unwinding happened. This, as I said, indicates panic. And at the same time, we saw at 1354, big writing over here. This indicates long build up here, but this was at least writing was there on this side and unwinding was there on this side. So combination, I mean, combining the analysis here is probably important here.
So we can also say that we can choose a strike which has a maximum pain. Can we say that?
Which has, sorry, maximum
pain, max pain.
Max pain.
Yeah. Like we can choose that strike which has a maximum pain, because like when you showed in the money, it was not working, and when you showed the 34,000, it is working clearly.
Probably maybe you can try that. I just took because this was at the money at that point.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I took that, because if you see, this is what I was looking at, because here we were analyzing this area, because this area is where the analysis went wrong, because the market actually started to break out over this reaction high over here. So this was confusing over here. So we are trying to see from 115 to about 14.4, 14.6, where everything became clear. So around this time, what was happening over here? So this is what is that time, and over here, a lot of unwinding happened here.
This OI change unit is in lakhs now.
This is also lots, so you can change it whichever you're comfortable with. You can take a look, because numbers will be, maybe this may make more sense. Whatever it is, just stick to something consistent. So over here, things really changed over here, 1330 or so. A lot of unwinding happened here, but at the same time, it would have confused a bit, because see, unwinding happened here also.
Still after 1348 or 1350 only.
Yeah, 1345, 1350 onwards, things really changed here, because they're consistent, big panic happened over here, and then a lot of writing happened here. This was confusing, long buildup. I used this for actually trades, long trades and all that, but you would not have got signals on the chart. But over here, focus on what is happening. The OI changes over here, this side and this side. This side unwinding is clear panic over here, and this side buildup is probably shorting against this. So because to counter this basically. So this is the analysis that we did on total PEC OI also. A similar analysis, if we do it here, this was supporting the same case. You could even drop down a little bit. I think if you see, it doesn't matter because changing the strikes a little bit also should not matter actually. We'll confirm it. If you see.
And sir, what can we deduce from the combined OI and combined price? Like Mr. Vijay tells us that the combined price can be the range.
Yeah, that you can use. I mean, what he says, I have not gone through that in detail, so I'll have to discuss with him. Okay, but you can definitely. Okay, here let me just point out one thing. Here, 33,800 is over here. If you change the strikes a little bit, if you're not analyzing this, you're analyzing a little bit inside over here, the indication is a lot more clear. Actually, the panic is a lot more visible here, but a little bit late as like around 14.6, but a lot more clear indication is there here. Here big writing and here big unwinding. But of course, it was around 14.6, which is the same time where we had got signals on the other tools like cumulative OI change and total PEC OI change.
And in this case, PCR can also be referred because if we can see that PCR is, straightforward getting on the downside.
Very true, very true. Very good point. Very good point. Yeah. PCR, this is the PCR of the selected strikes here. So you can watch closely, and this also will give you a quick indication it has suddenly gone down. That is true. Yes, very true.
And sir, one thing, from which I really get, confused is that, this short build-up, short covering, long build-up, long means that after every, 3 minutes, so the data is changing. And this short build-up, long build-up, that this, sometimes give us a, hazy picture of the situation.
No,
so do we really need to, take this thing into consideration, or we can see that, okay, the PCR is, rising or the downside, or through that only the trade can be taken?
You need not look at this. This is there for just giving indication. This is a lot more effective if you are monitoring on a higher time frame, slightly higher time frame. So you get consistent signal. It is for a different application. If you have my previous videos, I have shown you how to actually trade options using this long build-up, short build-up signal based on a combination of strong, what I call strong signals. So this you can, I mean, if you are doing an overall analysis of the OI changes, like what we have been discussing, then you don't need to look at build-up here. And actually, in the very near future updates, we'll be enabling selection of columns also. So you can probably, if you want to hide these columns, you'll be able to hide these columns and make this screen a lot more simpler. So if you only want to monitor OI changes, then you can remove probably what columns that you don't want. So it'll be a lot more simpler at that time. So you can hide it later. We'll provide that up in a very near future update.
And sir, one like sir, from starting, if you can, scroll down, on the bottom of this page from 918 onwards, sir. So there is one point, like if you can see from 918, the OIs are both on the call side and on the put side is on the, it's getting higher and higher. So at that point of time, do we need to enter in a trade or just wait for, some direction for confirmation?
Don't do anything before 9:30 because OI gets built up on both sides. All this 920 straddle sellers and all that, they are selling straddles. So this doesn't indicate anything much. I mean, nothing serious is happening here. People are just positioning themselves for the day. So just wait until 9:30 and then start your actual analysis from that point is what I suggest.
But actually, the point is that like at 9:18, we get the first, symptoms of the total P minus C, OI difference, whether it is on the negative side or on the green side.
Yeah.
And after that, if we come to this particular, like for Bank Nifty, those 3,400,000 strike for both C and P. So until and unless we should get the confirmation from both of these, then we need to enter. So from your, point of view, what's the best, time frame to enter into the market? Because we have seen that after 10 or 10:15, there's hardly any movement and it gets 20 point upwards or on, downwards. Then and around 11 or 11:30, some movement came and the final comes after 2, so
yeah,
because the time frame is also very important. So
I think after 9:30 is fine. 9:30 and any time after that should be fine. Before 9:30, you can still enter. You just need to be careful. Okay. These long build-up, short build-up signals that you see, you need to always, I have mentioned this before, always cross-check with price. If only relying on these build-up signals is not a good idea, because this can be happening for any reason. So just relying on these signals is not at all a good idea. So check with price and only then do it. And after 9:30, then you can start your analysis over here in a serious way. We're looking at Y changes on both sides.
And sir, what information can we derive from the PCR combined Y combined price? As this option was not there before, it has been included just now, a few weeks, we can say.
PCR is definitely very important, because this tells you whichever direction this is going. That is the direction, because this is a selected strike PCR. So whatever strike you have selected here, it is the PCR for that. So those strikes are basically going in that direction. Price is going in that direction. Now here PCR increasing, it means that market is going on that side. That is basically, it is bullish. So that is what this indicates. But this combined OI and combined price has been, these three have been added on the request of Mr. Vijay. So he'll probably be able to give you a better idea of why this has been added. So I'll have a discussion with him. If he is even not available for a webinar immediately, I'll try and discuss, and then I'll let you know in the next webinar, or I'll just create a short video on this and post it. I'll do something like that. So, yeah.
Shrikant, see, currently you are selected the same strike price. In the sense, maybe that you consider as an ATM.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I select 500 points either side, I'm talking about if it is 34 is a ATM, 33 500 and 34 500. If I use it, will it be useful for the trading? I mean, because the volume would be very high, either this or that. So with that,
I don't know actually. See, what is going to happen here is, I mean, it is still going to be useful. The OI changes are probably going to be a lot more reliable, because the panic is going to be a lot more clearer over here, because whichever one single direction the price is going to take, either side call or put, people, the writers will have to, take action immediately. So these OI changes are going to be a lot more meaningful in these cases when you are looking at in the money strikes on both sides. So your OI analysis is probably going to be a lot more important. PCR is going to be a lot more valuable here. If you see, it will be more steady over here. It will not be wild. And whichever direction it is going, since OI analysis, OI changes are important, this PCR also automatically is very important. So even a little bit change in one direction, it will tell you that that is the direction the price is going probably going to move. If you see, it is steadily going down and down over here, down and down, down, down. So this is completely bearish from the morning. If you're looking at it, it started at highs and steadily it has only gone down. So that is the thing. OI gets more important. PCR automatically, due to OI, it is important. So if you are looking at in the money, so
yeah, why I'm choosing these strike prices, because the volume would be very high as compared with the ATM.
Yes.
Okay, only constraint here is the premium would be very high.
Yeah, premiums are high. Very true. Yes.
But this is the right way to do this, right?
Yes, actually, this is a good idea, because OI changes, again, if you are looking at OI changes and PCR, it is going to be a lot more meaningful here, as I said. So it is definitely a good idea to use it. Keep an eye on this.
If it is added with a delta value, then that will give us a good suggestion to choose a strike price with either between these two. I mean, delta value always gives you the good result, right? With respect to the ATM. So do we have a delta value here in this chart? No.
Okay, here it is not there. We can add it probably. We should be able to add it. We'll add it once we provide you a column selector here, because at the moment this is going to get too confusing. So once we have a column selector, then we can add a lot more columns. So we'll give you flexibility to add a lot more columns. So we can do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
So the price of the PE was closed at 1470.
Yeah, it increased a lot. Yes.
And it was very low, around 700 something.
Earlier, yes. Earlier when it started, these were almost similar. slight difference was there, just 692 versus 824. So this is where close over here. Basically 930, they were almost identical. But from here, yeah, they took off to
big,
obviously
big jump. Yeah.
Yeah. The market went down, so PE shot up like anything. Yeah.
You have a lot of fantastic data. Only thing we need to understand which one to first, second, third, like that.
And that has been a complaint from many members, because we don't have anything. Neither do we have documentation nor we have proper videos, and people keep telling me that I need to make short videos. They don't have patience to go through 2-hour webinars. And I need to do that. I need to start doing short videos. Actually, that would be a good idea.
But still, you teach and discuss a lot of things. Very nice it is.
Sure. I'll try to do this every week. So actually, I need to do this on trades also a lot, because I only
something you should give that what is the market outlook for next week, considering this data analysis. So
how many sessions you can open by using a single login?
How many sessions? Only one. At a time, only one. You can at different times you can open, but at the same time only one. That is the way it is.
So what I'm saying is, like, you have multiple browsers in your, I mean, multiple tabs are there in your browser.
For tabs, you can open any number of tabs. No problem.
That's right. Is there any limitation in that?
No limit from our side. Only your RAM. If you have enough RAM, you can open 20, 30 also. Doesn't matter.
So because I just wanted to see the PEC difference and the chart, as well as a couple of other things by using a single login. So that is possible.
Yes. You can do that.
Great.
You should use Vivaldi. Have you heard of Vivaldi browser? Vivaldi?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can use that. That is a very good browser where you can have multiple tabs.
Exactly. And the RAM consumption also very less by using the Vivaldi browser.
Yes. Correct.
So do you have the Vivaldi browser? Can you show us?
Yeah, I can. Let me open it and then I'll switch to that.
How is it different from from Chrome or any other browser?
Yeah, I'll show it to you. Just a second. Let me open it and I'll switch to that.
Sure.
Yes, Satish, you have raised a hand. Any question? Yeah.
Also, please show us the options high low, that how it is to be used.
Yeah. We'll go there. OI scan, and one person had asked about OI scan, and another about this. I'll definitely do that.
Sure. And sir, how is the maximum gain also reduced?
Now, are you able to see Vivaldi browser?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what you need to do is, let me open total PECOR and options OI breakup in another tabs. I'm opening multiple, say option chain in one, and let me open, what else is there? Cumulative OI change. Now you need to open 4 tabs this way, and then right click on a tab and just say stack tabs by host. These four tabs that are open, stack by host. So it gets stacked this way. So 4, it is indicating that 4 tabs have been stacked. Just right click on that single stack and just say tile tab stack. Then it changes this way. Now here, what you need to do is, if you want to adjust on the bottom right corner over here, you will see bottom right corner. You can change the percentage this way, and you can change it to 80% or so. So you can reduce the text size. So you can fit it into the browser that way. And then you click on this, and then you change that also to 80%. So this way you can fit all these. You can adjust the text size and fit it.
I use this very frequently because currently we do not have the TradingView access in iCharts, right? So I use this as 3 to 4 charts. I use it.
Okay.
It's very useful. Time consumption also very less.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
that's right. Very true.
always work with the proper.
This is how you can use yeah, Vivaldi in this. Okay. Okay, now I'll go back and I'll just untile this. So untile, and I'll go back to 100%.
So one more question from my side. Actually, see, I'm a new person, right? How do I understand this application? So is there any basic document is available either? Any videos is available?
No, as I was saying, there's no documentation available. Only these videos that I keep doing, and I'll be coming out with short videos on each tool. So I need to start building those. I'll try and do those starting this week. So nothing else is there apart from that. There are few tools like these where you have this help button over here. So you can click and go over here, and we have given some idea about about those tools. And on some tools like IVR, IVP scan, we have given this. You can look for these information buttons on the top right corner, where we have given a lot of information about IVR, IVP. So wherever this is there, you can take this button is there, you can take a look at that. But apart from this, there's nothing there at the moment. I'll try and come up with videos at least of the key tools very quickly.
That's what, yeah.
So let me go to futures OI scan. One person, he wanted some idea on this. Yeah, here what I had mentioned is when you are trading in stocks, whether you are trading in cash, you can, even in cash or futures, you can probably select based on buildup this way. If the market is bullish, you can enter LB and press enter over here. This inside the buildup of today for today. So this is the buildup for today. And these sections are for 15, 30, and 60. So 60 minutes also you can filter it that way, LB, long buildups. This will give you a short list of stocks. And even in this, you want to see what is significant. OI, maybe OI is significant only above, say, maybe 1%, or I suggest actually 5 or 10%. So here, nothing would get selected. So on days when the market is up, this would, if you enter something like 10%, and then maybe price change greater than 1%, this way, greater than 1. So it will select greater than 1%. So price change greater than 1, and probably OI change greater than 5, greater than 5% will give you a good list. Now this, of course, market is bearish, so there's only a single stock here, but otherwise you will get a list of stocks. Now the person who was asking me, the question he had was, within that list, how to pinpoint stocks which to actually go and trade. So see, that is, you'll have to do that based on the chart. Actually, you'll have to have some indicators on the chart, probably RSI, I don't know, moving averages, RSI or DMI, whatever, MACD. So you'll have to use that analysis to check exactly how the stock is moving, and based on that, you can probably take a trade.
श्रीकांत सर,
हाँ, yeah.
ये मोबाइल से ना जब लॉन्ग बिल्टअप सिलेक्ट कर एंटर करेंगे ना, तो वो अप्लाई नहीं होता सर. एक बार चेक करो ना एक बार आप.
अच्छा, मोबाइल पे क्या? ओके.
हाँ, मोबाइल से एक बार वो प्लीज, वो होता नहीं है. एक बार आप वो कुछ कर सके तो अच्छा रहेगा.
ठीक है, मैं हमारे डेवलपर से बात करता हूँ.
ठीक है, थैंक यू.
वो लोग एक बार चेक करेंगे.
Thanks.
Okay. So yeah, what I was saying is once you have a list of stocks, then you actually have to go into the chart itself. Let me go to Sun Pharma. This may not be a good idea to just check in this. Now here, once a stock is shortlisted, 4 or 5 stocks, if you have 4 or 5 stocks, just go to each and every stock chart and see what you can do. I mean, based on whatever time frame you're trading. So just try to identify some indicators based on which you can take signals. Maybe have moving averages, say these moving averages are 20, 50, 200, and maybe then have RSI. So, and see how you can enter based on RSI. I don't. These are just some ideas. I mean, I'm not giving you a trading system or something. So just maybe once you know that this is going to be bullish, then you can probably, when RSI very low, like this is just RSI 3, whenever RSI is hitting going above 80, so it's basically in your direction, you can probably buy here and then just have a super trend or something to just come out of the trade. So you can probably do that. You can add some quantity here, you can add some quantity here whenever it is going above 80, because once RSI hits 80, it is just telling you that it wants to go up. So just if price is going up, your stock is bullish and it's above your moving averages, maybe above CPR and all that, everything is bullish, then you can just keep buying these points. And once it probably starts weakening, going below your moving averages, then probably don't buy this. No point buying this because this is slightly negative. So don't buy this until it is in your favor. Probably just you can keep buying these. This is just one idea. There are many ideas. You can use a couple of indicators. Don't use too many indicators. Just use a couple of indicators and just stick to those. Like have CPR in place, so it tells you that it is in the correct direction. What happened to CPR? Yeah, so price being above CPR tells you that that it is bullish. Above your key moving averages, it is bullish. So below here, even if this is a kind of a bullish trend, it is not in line with the proper trend. It is below your key moving averages. Only here it is up, but here your resistance is near. So don't go for this. These are just some of the ideas. Just use a couple of indicators and just go with it. So I'm not sure if I've made it clear, but this is how you do it. When the market is bullish, just look for long buildup, whatever 4-5 stocks you get. If you get too many stocks, increase this a little bit further. Not the price change part. Price change 1% is enough, but maybe OI change, you can maybe take it to 7 or 8 or maybe 10% OI change. So you'll get few stocks. Just have about, say, get 4 or 5 stocks and then go and check in detail on the charts and see how you can buy. Just go slightly lower time frame, 3 minutes or so. So you get reasonable signals. Don't go too low also, because then you would get stopped out. So this is about this. Any question about this, or I can go to open high, open low? I don't remember who had asked me that question. I'm not sure if yes.
Yeah, open high, open low on futures. How to use the best part, and what is the difference in the options, open high and open low?
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So here you have two options: day open and time frame. Day open will give you a list of scripts, open high and open low scripts, where the open and high in the first minute they have traded, in the first minute are closed. So they can be open and high, can be same, or we allow some difference, just 0.1% difference is okay. So mostly if you see, they're going to be same. So open high are listed over here, open low are listed over here. Open high are supposed to be bearish and open low are supposed to be bullish. Now here these yellow colored symbols, the ones highlighted with yellow, are the ones where this particular condition that was there in the morning, first minute, has been broken subsequently. If you see this latest high, this has gone above this. So this high has broken above this. So once it breaks, then this condition is gone. So it is not open high anymore, and then it may not be bearish anymore. So that is what this says. So for these highlighted ones, same on the open low side also. The yellow highlighted ones is where the open and low, same. This condition has broken. So these have been highlighted. So this particular scripts may not be bullish anymore, and they have ended up bullish, but they are not that bullish anymore. This break indicates that. If you see this low that was there, this low got broken over here, and a new low was formed subsequently. So basically, again, this is again one of the other ways. If OI scan is one way to select scripts for trading, and open high, open low is another way to select scripts. Maybe if market is bullish, you can look at these open low scripts, and then ones that are not highlighted in yellow, and probably you just take these scripts and then go to your charts and check based on indicators if you get any buy signals. So whatever buy signals are there, you can trade. So the probability is that these will stay positive for the most of the day. If you see, out of these, many have gone, like many have broken, because obviously the market was negative. But there are enough scripts where it held. I mean, this condition held for the day. So you can take a look if and check these stocks. So this, you'll get this immediately once market opens and the first minute data is updated. Then once this data is there, after that only these highlighted ones will change. I mean, change in the sense this scripts may get highlighted. Otherwise, this data is going to remain the same for the rest of the day. Only this latest high, latest low will probably get updated, and these highlights will come on whenever this condition gets broken. So that's for the day open. Now, during the day, if you want to see which strikes are bullish, so you can click here, time frame. And I don't know if 5 minutes makes sense, but 60 minutes, once the new hour starts, I mean, once suppose the time is 10. After 10, this will again refresh, and it will give you for the current hour, it will give you this list fresh. And this list you were looking at is as of market open, 1 minute after market open. This list, if you select this time frame, this will be as of the current hour when it has started. From the start of current hour is what this list gives you. So this will keep giving you the latest stocks that are there. So for now, this, when I say 60 minutes, this will give you from 3 p.m. onwards. 3 p.m. onwards, they were only bearish. So that is why only this list is populated properly. Bullish, there is only one here. So because this we are looking at is at 3 p.m. onwards. This is giving you 3 p.m. onwards. So everything obviously most was bullish, sorry, bearish. Only one was bullish. So you can check this during the day if you want, when you want scripts, you want to trade, probably you can check this time frame and keep, say, maybe 30 or 60 minutes. So you will get fresh scripts to look at. Maybe fresh trends are starting during the day, so you can keep an eye on this. So that is futures, open high, open low. So useful for selecting scripts to trade. Now in options, the concept is same. I think there's one column here, the latest high, latest low, or the current high, current low that is missing here. We'll be adding this. The rest is same. For you, the only thing is that we give it for a selected symbol. So for selected symbol, day open will tell you. For calls, it will tell you open high. These are the ones, calls and puts, and open low for calls and puts. Actually, this we may integrate this with the option chain itself in the coming days, because we can easily indicate this in the option chain in a column. So until it is added over here, you can take a look, come and take a look at it here. And this is for day open, but this is probably a lot more useful when you are looking at a time frame here inside for the current hour, basically. So current hour, what is happening? So after 3 o'clock, what was happening, this will give you. If you look at 11 o'clock in the morning, that until 11 o'clock onwards, after 11, when you're looking at it, this will tell you since 11, what is the which options are there in open high, that is which are bearish overall and which are bullish overall. So obviously puts open high, that is puts being bearish is actually bullish. So you, based on this, you can even gauge which side is like this particular script where there is bullish or bearish, what is happening. The scenario also you can judge actually based on this. I mean, it's not too easy to do that, but still you can judge based on how many scripts are there active over here.
Srikanth,
yeah.
Can you just repeat again? What do you mean by the last hour when you say select 60 minutes?
When you say 60-minute interval, it is going to tell you when the this particular current hour. Now here, this data that you're looking at is as of 3:30 on Friday. So this is telling you this data will refresh, and this data, fresh data, is there in this table starting 3 o'clock. 3:1 rather, 3:1. At 3:1, this is the data that got populated because this 60-minute interval started at 3 o'clock. So 3 o'clock onwards, what is the status? This particular data is telling you. 3 o'clock onwards, this for this option, this was the open at 3 o'clock and this was the high at 3 o'clock.
So 60 minutes mean 2.5. No? How come 3 o'clock? 3 o'clock to 30 minutes it will be.
No, I'm saying our hourly candle in general, the hourly candle, or rather
it will start at 2:31 p.m. hourly candle.
I'll have to check. I don't know how this is being done because this computation was done based on our old charts. Our old charts actually, it was from 9 to 10 was the first hour. It was that way. So 3 o'clock was the final hour. So I don't know how this was supposed to be rectified, and it should have. But if we do that, then actually the hour would end at 3:15 because 9:15 to 10:15 would be the first hour. So I need to check. I think it is, if I am right, the way we have done it is this: the hour candle starts at 3. Actually, in this case, the interval actually starts at 3. So basically, it's from 9 to 10, 10 to 11 that way.
And also under the beta option, when you open the future charts, the tick showed by your chart is delayed by 3 minutes in comparison to the tick showed by the TradingView charts.
No, it is price will be 1 minute.
Yeah, there is some lag, sir, because if a candle is created on TradingView, it is not being created under your futures chart.
No, all our data is 1 minute delayed. No? That we have mentioned that on subscription page. So this will always be 1 minute delayed. It is not 3 minutes. 3 minutes delay is only for open interest.
Okay, sir. Sir, then how come the TradingView shows correctly? They don't have any delay lag.
No, that is, see, TradingView is subscribed to real-time data. We are subscribed to 1 minute.
Okay.
This data is ours, not TradingView data. For TradingView, we have only taken their software. The data is ours. Data is ours. So it is 1 minute data.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So this yeah.
Yeah, just again on that 60-minute thing. So if I select 20 minutes, say 15 minutes, or let's say 30 minutes. So from the time I selected, let's say I selected at 12:35 and I select 15 minutes. So it is showing me the previous 15 minutes. That is technically from 12:20 onwards,
12:30 onwards.
25 onwards.
No, it will be 12:30 onwards. Actually, I think 12:30. It uses the standard times, whatever on the chart that you see. The candles that you see on the chart, it is that. I'll still confirm if you can just post in Telegram once I check with my team. Yeah.
The reason I'm saying is because this becomes very, very useful. Say like a day like Friday, what's happening in last 15 minutes now, you can see whether C's are making the highs or lows, or P's are making highs or lows. Then that also kind of gives you an indication that what one should be looking forward to.
Yes. Actually, I'm 99.9% sure if you are checking at 15 minutes, then it will be, if you're looking at 12:35, the interval that has started 12:30 is what it shows. So if you're looking at 3 o'clock, then it will be starting 3 o'clock. At 3:10, it will be starting 3 o'clock that way. Okay. So it is 15.
If you can make a short video on that once you confirm with your team, this will really, really be helpful.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. Done.
Thanks.
I'll do
Thanks.
that. Okay. Okay. We are out of time, so let us stop here. So, any quick questions?
One last thing, if you can show the maximum pain also, like how it is done. Like when the Bank Nifty was at 33,600, the maximum pain was still showing as at 33,900. So what is the logic behind the maximum pain and how it is deduced?
Max pain, see, it is going to take it is going to take time to move, so it is not going to be as fast, because it of course it depends on OI. So if you see this, the whole value of the whole all the strikes together has to change, only then this level will actually change. So the OI, lot of OI unwinding has to happen. So only then it will change. So that's the reason why on Friday, actually, if you see, it started, when did it start to change? Only at 14.8, only 14.8 it ticked down. So 14.10 basically, or rather 14.9.
It was at 33,900 for a very large amount of time.
Yeah, obviously. See, it changed at 14.8 actually, 14.7 or 14.8. So basically, a couple of minutes after, when we saw in our tools when it gave the signal, and then it dropped to 33.8 actually. So, but it changes
So
very slowly.
what is the meaning of the maximum pain? What it denotes?
What it shows is, it shows where the writers, the point where the writers are going to face the least pain. That is this value. So this is where on the expiry day, the strike can settle, where the index can settle. Because if it settles here, then the writers are less. So writers will feel the most less pain over here. They'll lose the most less money over here. These are all values actually, values of total. This is not actually OI. This is actually value of OI. So price into OI. So this is price into OI. So it is money value. Money value. If the market expires here at the moment, so this is where the writers will face the least loss. That is what max pain indicates. So that is why whichever side the max pain goes, that is where actually the whole balance of OI is going, and that is where the trend is actually. And on the expiry days, it will be very critical, because on the expiry day, that is where the price is supposed to sell, because price will be around, finally it will settle around that price.
It is pain for the buyers.
Yeah, exactly. Pain for buyers. Yeah. Okay, we are out of time. Let us stop now. So we'll continue later.
Thank you, sir. It was a wonderful session.
Thank you. Thanks.